Who else has a question? Yes, I think all the way in the back. I think you're a woman. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, right there. Yes, in the back row.
So I want to say that I thought it was a masterpiece. I was blown away. And also,
This is my mom.
I think one thing I loved about the movie is that I noticed that you cast all the actors against type. Can you talk about certain things that you did to work with them to make their characters believable?
The question is that the actors, most of them are sort of cast against type, and can you talk about what it was like to work with them and make their characters so believable?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I guess sometimes I didn't think they were cast against type, but I guess I was trying to cast them for aspects that I felt like is their essence, but maybe, I mean, not even intentionally, but just like with Joaquin, and the reason I wanted to work with him was just because I think he's an amazing actor and he's so alive and he holds the camera in this incredible way in his movies, and his choices are so surprising and so authentic, and and also because I really, I didn't know who could actually hold the camera in that way, because his performance has to sort of represent both of the characters on screen, right. Since she doesn't, she's not physically represented, and so I was thinking about him, but I didn't know what he was going to. I thought he'd be amazing. He's an amazing actor, but was he going to be Theodore? And so I met with him the week after I finished the script. I sent Megan the script, and I went and met with Joaquin, and I just instantly sort of felt this. Because I'd met him, over the years a little bit, but I didn't really get a sense of him. And when I sat and talked with him, I sort of saw how playful he was, and how, he's somebody that, as seriously as he takes his work, he doesn't take himself seriously at all. And I just could instantly, within the first 5 minutes, I was just kind of like watching him, and I realized I wasn't even listening to what he was saying. I was just like kind of smiling, like, wow, I want to see him in this movie. And I was like, yeah, really, that's interesting. And,
do you have a rehearsal process of those actors, or it sounds like you kind of know that who you want to cast for the roles, you then just jump right into filming, or?
No, we rehearse a lot.
Okay.
And the process usually though is just reading the script and the scenes together over and over, mm-hmm. and talking about it, not really acting it, not like trying to cement it in, this scene has to be played this way. And I think with Joaquin also, he when he's excited about a scene, he doesn't know how to play it. Like that's like when the scene is written, like this is how to play it, and this is the one way it's supposed to go, and there's no other possibilities. I think that's when a scene feels dead to him. But when he sort of, if we're reading a scene and he starts to sort of imagine all the different possibilities, and that like he doesn't know what this scene is exactly, but he knows it has a lot of different ways it could go. That's when he gets excited about a scene.
And I think that's why this film his performance doesn't really fall into like any sort of cliches, because he's always so surprising with his choices.
Right, he's not playing a scene like, oh, this is the scene that's about. This scene he's apologizing, and that's right. What the scene's about. And I think that when that's like, if it comes to that, then that almost makes him anxious, and he shuts down.
Right.
And but when the scene has possibilities to be anything and go anywhere, and have it could be an apology, but it could be also a tension to it, or an uncertainty of whether the apology is going to get accepted, or some complex thing happening that makes the apology.
Like, for example, the scene with him and Amy Adams when he's confessing that his girlfriend is an OS. His face is so, he is such a surprising, he's kind of slowly coming out to his best friend about this thing that he's sort of feeling a bit shy about, but she's so accepting and loving of it, that it's this beautiful turning point in the story where, from that point on, this film is not going to be about him hiding some sort of secret relationship. It's about him evolving and his relationship with Samantha evolving. The concept of a relationship with an artificial intelligence is sort of a science fictional thing that's not necessarily that new, but I feel like what you do in Her is so interesting because it's such an evolved sort of look at this story and how it would play out. And I was so surprised to see it in in such, you know, a mainstream Hollywood sort of setting to see such an evolved science fiction story, which is very, very delightful. Are there science fiction authors